So today we're going to be making hardtack, and hardtack was rationed out during the Civil War into different kinds of rations. There were camp rations and there were marching rations. Camp rations were more than marching rations because they had to be on the go. And these were made very quickly, and typically they were full of bugs because they were shipped in crates that would be eaten months, possibly half a year later, to almost a year. And so these were not very appetizing. They were called hardtack because they were basically bread crackers. And the soldiers did not like them. They were not very good, but they were used as currency. Basically, they would trade in rations for, say, clothes or other rations. And they were also known as tooth breakers because they were so hard, they were known as the edible rock. And what we're making today is not the Civil War version of these because they were hard, but it's a softer, more edible modern day version. Okay, so originally during the war, they had the soldiers cook their own food because they could not afford to be hiring cooks. Later on, there were volunteers that would cook because the soldiers did not know how to cook properly. And then they had hired cooks after that. But hardtack was not typically a made food. They bought it from other countries and other places that would ship it to them. And when it was shipped, it's known as a very long-lasting food, but it didn't help that maggots were eating them. So they would also eat them with other things because this bread was so disgusting. And a lot of times, even though it was inexpensive, they didn't eat it. They would trade it for other things like chopped up and cooked beef or stews. Or they would eat it with something called Confederate Kush, which is basically meat. Okay, so this is what hardtack looks like when it is done. It has the 4 holes so that it can cook all the way through because it is kind of a hard bread.